Good morning and good night for those in the other part of the world or the other side of the world. It was a long, torturous night. What's new? But we woke up this morning with our minds stayed on Yeshua and Adonai. And he gave us strength to start another day in spite of the difficult night. Interesting. The meetings and the encounters that occur in life when you are God aware and spirit alert, where you do not suspend the discernment that Papa has given or the wisdom. When you speak with intention to be a vehicle and an instrument in the hands of Adonai. Not being a person that the Lord cannot append your plans or intervene or interfere with the trajectory or path that you're on. Not to be a person that he can't make stop or turn around or change. Change your life. You won't even change a plan in a day, much less change the plans for your life. And the Lord will test you to see if you are adaptable, swift to respond, like you would expect in an office. You don't like delayed reactions at work. Definitely not with your children. Cops don't like delayed reactions when they give a command. And men do not like delayed reactions when you want the car to stop and it goes and you want it to go and it stops. You press the horn and it doesn't work. The windshield wipers and they don't wipe the rain. You turn the lights on but the lights don't turn on. And yet with God you expect him to be the opposite of all of that. To put up with your lethargy and your laziness and your complacency and your downright rebellion. Because you have a plan. And you expect things to respond to your plans. You know the type. People expect you to pick up when they call, but they don't pick up when you call. You know the type. And isn't it a shame to witness it in life? It was an interesting morning because God threw wrenches in the plan because he had a plan. And you've got to be fluid and adaptable. To be willing to move with Papa, willing to move with Papa, and willing to make the change that Guy and I made today, because we are adaptable to sense what God is saying. One thing, you go to sleep with a plan, you wake up and God has his plan, and you have to throw your plan away. And then you have to move second by second and minute by minute to the plan of God, being slow to speak and quick to hear the voice of God, to turn left, to turn right, to stop, to sit, to wait, to get up and walk and continue again. And had it not been that way, then there would have been little room for what occurred today, with whom it occurred outside of what we had planned. The Lord had planned it, especially meeting Ilana. Ilana, because we wanted to bless a former soldier and his wife, who too was a former soldier, who had interest in Adonai. And we had made plans to deliver a blessing to them for their children. And that didn't work out, but because we were able to go back and talk to Ilana, she was filled with joy. She said her father always said, when you make a stranger your friend, you've just found diamonds. And she goes, I want you to know that you are diamonds to me. And what a joy, since we were cursed yesterday by a Hasidic Jewish woman. And little Hasidic children. And today, this woman, you are a diamond. You know, people may hate you, but someone who's holy will love you. And she received the blessings that we bestowed upon her with joy and tears. And then, of course, because of Ilana, we were able to find some much needed sandals for God. He has certain physical needs because of his back and spine and things he cannot wear and walk, and it's very hard. He's been wearing the same shoes for a long time, and they've been torn, and it's hard to find something that works for his particular physical needs because of his feet. And yet, of all places, the one place that we needed to go to find the proper footwear for him was very far, and we have no transportation. Not because transportation wasn't available, but because transportation was not given. People who just refused to help us in any way. To get a car, to rent a car, to move around. They would prefer to have their car sit unused than to have Guy and I use it. People are evil when they intentionally want to obstruct what God is doing. Oh, how are we going to get there? It was the one place out of all of the many places to find something that worked, and we had no way of getting it. But then, because of Ilana, she made a suggestion. We never would have thought it would have been true, but we accepted it and walked in her suggestion. And it was just the right place. In fact, it was equal to the place in the Galil, in the Kinneret, by this very same brand and company that works for Guy's particular needs for his feet. And God is amazing.
And actually, they only had 2 pairs of sandals on display, and it wasn't any of those. We just told her what size, and she came back with a different sandal than the ones on display that were not good, but the ones she brought from the back were perfect, and they were the same brand that I was looking for, that I have in my sandals, that we couldn't find anywhere. And that's just the hand of God, the providence of God.
And the owner, he came in, he goes, I just loved it. He was so, we sang with him. We danced and sang songs of Adonai. And he looked and he goes, you are a righteous man. I can see. He tells his employee, he goes, look at this man. I can see who you are. You are a good man. And he says, my name is Elias, the same as Eliel. He goes, I had a miracle birth. The Lord came to my mother in a dream about my birth. And he talked about his parsha. And little did he know, I too. But he could see. And we worshiped the Lord. We gave glory to Adonai. He wanted our spirit, he said, to rub off on him. It was wonderful to see what Papa will do. And then there was a gentleman who had offended. He was a great offense, a rather unsavory character, not holy, a man of greed, an unsavory character. And God told Guy, don't do any transaction with that man. So we reversed the transaction for pants that Guy needed fixed. He doesn't have much clothing, but the clothing he has, he wears it. So we tried to repair it, but the man was of such cold, incompassionate behavior and attitude. Be careful when you have people like that touching something, touching your body, giving you something. Be careful of accepting things from humans like that. Avoid it. Rather, it's a ride someplace or a gift. Don't have anything to do with it. Better to have a piece of bread from a kind homeless man than a fancy steak cooked by an evil, rebellious hater of God. Or best yet, better not to eat at all. Fast. But I confronted him so that guy wouldn't have to, because we should learn to intercede for each other. He says, no. John says, I'll go and confront him, and I will give him, deliver to him the message. And it was best. Come to find out, that man has a reputation. Other people that are holy, without even knowing the details of what he had done to Guy, at the sound of that man's name, people cringed without even knowing what was coming next. He has a reputation. See, your behavior builds a reputation. Don't complain when people say they don't trust you. Don't complain when people are second-guessing you. When you don't have a reputation of being trustworthy, you don't have a reputation of enduring hardness, you don't have a reputation of going through things without complaining and whining, you don't have a reputation of giving God the glory. See, your reputation tells who you are, not your moments when you can put on a face, say a prayer, or sing a song. What's your reputation is who you are. So when you know that you don't have a pattern of behavior, then you know whatever pattern of behavior is, that is who you are. And that's why you have to work on who you are. Not so much what you do, because anybody can do something righteous and be wicked, can pretend kindness or have a moment of clarity when the majority of their moments are blurred, skewed, confused, and chaotic. What's your baseline character? That's who you are. Anything good is something from a moment to moment you might do. But when you have a behavior, that's what you're known by. That's your baseline. You can't trust that. You can't trust someone who steals from you sometimes, because he might not a couple of times. His baseline is he steals from you sometimes. He's a thief. People that are dishonest, what's their baseline? What's their reputation? Oh, you can count on him. When he says something, he means it. Is that what's said about you? Oh, when he gives you something, it's from his heart. Is that what's said about you? Oh, that person, they'll go the extra mile for you. Oh, is that what's said about you? What are you known for? Are you a professional righteous man, or you're an amateur one? Or are you a professional criminal, or you're an amateur one? Are you a sinner who's been redeemed? Where the moment you meet them, without knowing whether or not you wear a kippah or not, or whether or not you go to Shabbat or not, or whether or not you go to a church or not, you immediately know that these are righteous people. Why? It's in their mannerism, it's in their eye, it's in their body language. It doesn't require an interview or an interrogation to tell who people are. They'll drop the hat for you. You won't have to ask what you need. They'll say, is there anything I can do for you? What may I do for you? They're knocking at your door to help you, to serve God and to serve each other. And there are moments. So we will see. But what a blessing to have met who we met today, to have seen who we have seen, to have encountered. And there's yet one more meeting to take place with a young man who is typical of the men that were massacred on October the 7th, the hippie psytrance movement of Israel. We're hoping to minister to him, but that's in God's hands. So we ask your prayers in the name of Yeshua, Hashem Adonai, your will be done. Amen.